And here we go. In theory. Here we are. Ho ho ho. I guess pushing start would help. What up, universe? We are going to dive back into this game because October is just too busy of a month for me to actually play any games. Oh hey, gotta do something. Wait, none of it's saved? Oh no, Eternal Thirst. There we go. Yeah, we'll continue. So anyone out there who's just jumping on board, basically all that's happened is I got turned into a vampire and we're trying to figure out who turned me. And that's it. They didn't even really show us be turned into a vampire. There was just like an explosion and I woke up a vampire and everyone's out to get me and I'm trying to figure out who turned me, essentially. So that is what it is. This game has some seriously horrible load times, though. I will definitely admit that. Yeah, it's pretty good so far. The controls are okay. The story seems to be alright so far. I like the atmosphere so far. That's been the best thing about it yet so far. It's not quite as scary as I would like it to be, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, I gotta go on the boat. There we go. And now for a nice, lovely boat ride. So how have you been? Are you gonna say anything to me, or you're just gonna take me on a magical boat ride?
Where are we headed?
Hey, look, it's John Wick.
Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was...
Good.
What manner of creature was he?
Predator,
The
prey,
love
villain
boat.
and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted.
Duly
And the woman?
noted.
What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool.
Yeah, I went to
used me to
GameStop
locate
hoping to
that
grab a Call of
skull.
Cthulhu,
You
and
must know who she
they
is.
didn't have it, so I had to
thought
settle
you
for
were a
this.
gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy.
Privacy.
Were London as peaceful as she
Hate
appears
it when
from the
it's
middle of the
enunciated that way.
canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages.
The Spanish flu is
Welcome to
also
the
going
front
on at the
lines
same
of a
time.
plague.
This is where
For
you
anybody
work,
who
Dr.
is not up to
I
speed
am the
with story.
administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stowe, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician.
Science!
Like yourself. Dr. Reid.
She blinded
How do
me
you know
with
who I am?
science.
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reid, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it.
I am a doctor.
I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reid, marvelous.
Werewolves. I'm definitely more
I attended 3
about
of your
werewolves,
seminars
but
before the war.
I do like a
I
good
have the
vampire
utmost
movie.
admiration for
As
your
long as it's
research.
good and they don't
What a turn of
sparkle.
fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist.
But like for the
returns to
first,
London
I
a
would say
vampire.
10 years of my life, every
Word
Halloween I was a
again
wolf man.
From a
So
so-called man of science.
I understand.
that and a bunch of buddies of
Traditionally, the role
mine,
science is to
we are
refute
kind
myth,
of
but when myth
we kind of go
walks
by the
among
name of the
us,
wolf pack. So
Brotherhood
and
of
this was
St.
way
Paul has
before
dedicated its purpose to their study.
The Hangover.
So much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Why did we stop?
Well, then let me be blunt.
Pass it
Join
on.
my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a
You
physician,
went to Pembroke. That's a private
I suspect
school.
you'll not find a better post of
Whoever gets
employment
that
to
reference,
contemplate
you're awesome.
your predicament.
This is sudden. I was
about
returning
yourself?
home
Werewolves or
to see
vampires?
my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reid, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought
Yeah, I
to
saw.
bring some clean clothes. So, what do you
Oh,
say?
I see. Werewolves for you.
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book.
Oh,
The
Jonathan.
beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Did he tickle your palm there, Jonathan? Yeah, definitely the atmosphere of this game is on point.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost
Oh,
two
they're
more
just
patients.
classic. I
Nurse
mean,
Scout said
that's
she
really
couldn't take it
why.
anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a
One
new
taps
rota in
into,
the
like,
morning. In the
The
meantime,
beauty of being a
find
monster, and the other taps into
good
the
bed
wild
for
nature
Mr.
of being a
Hampton.
beast, you know?
Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course,
So they
Doctor.
tap into those parts of our brain, if you will.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reid here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Air quotes. Blood transfusions.
Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have.
It's what we
but
don't
we
have.
haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea,
Welcome
immediately.
aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Alright, stop shaking my hand, dude. Yeah, let's move on. Mission update. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. We'll figure it out.
You can do better than that. Nah. It's my turn.
Bram Stoker's. Bram Stoker's is good. That's the one I think you're talking about with Gary Oldman. Me personally, my heritage is Hungarian, Puerto Rican. So that Hungarian side of me automatically says Bela Lugosi, so the original Universal classic,
Come on,
if you
you
will.
bastard. I won't
There's something really
bite.
creepy about that
Sir,
movie because the
please.
sound effects are
You've
not.
lost too much
There's not very
blood.
many sound effects
Calm
in the
yourself.
movie, so it's like a really
You
still,
think I didn't notice?
quiet scare,
Stop
if you
your
will.
staring and
I also
get
do
me
like
to
the
an
Hammer
hospital, you
vampires,
arse.
or Hammer Dracula, if you will. I'll let you bleed.
I've a mind to let you bleed out. Good luck then, sir.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you
Yeah, you
helping
do.
me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Okay.
This fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Oh, I am controlling this dude. Alrighty then. I have no strings to hold me down. Oh. Embrace. Oh, I guess I'm going to do my vampire thing. Well,
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
who the fuck is talking? Me? Alright.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Mary, also, what is your favorite entry? Favorite entity from? Mine is.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to pronounce. I mean, the thing that makes the H.P. Lovecraft's characters so scary is just the thought of them, you know, these ancient gods, elder gods before time and space even existed, you know, and the fact that just looking at them, 90% of them automatically make you go insane. So you can't even look at them, let alone try and fight them. You know, and some of them, even just the concept of them can turn you mad. You don't even have to look at them. And I guess my favorite, you know, I mean, Cthulhu, I guess. Everybody's got to go.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse.
I am
I needed
illustrious.
some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate.
What'd you do with the
The
ring?
means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reid. Your office has been prepared.
Alright, so I only have Dorothy so far.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Alright, which?
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and
He knows
better
me
than
so much he won't let go of my
The
hand when he
administrator
shakes
has
it.
better things to do than mix with us.
I mean, Dracula is the most popular because he's the oldest. He's the first. He's
Thank
the
you,
OG,
that's
if
right.
you will, yeah. He's the most powerful. You know, he's the most iconic. Right. Before him, none of the others really existed, and everyone since him kind of has a little bit of him in them, if you will.
At least that mistress of the dark stopped.
What's up, Omnitron? Welcome to the party.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea
We
has
are
already
playing
told us about you, sir.
Vampyr.
I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really?
I feel ya. So is
It's
the
a good
rest of the
thing I
world. I
wasn't
just
hoping
can't
to
get
keep
into it. I can't.
All
I'm not a
members of
big
staff have
cowboy
already
guy.
read about your new blood transfusion
I've
technique.
tried like
Dr. Swansea
1,000
made
times to
sure
get
of
into the
that.
first one and
I
just
see.
couldn't.
Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research.
Oh,
He
I
is
could turn the camera
convinced
during
it is
the.
the
That's
future.
cool. I've only just forgot or realized that. Your life in London.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard.
I actually did watch somebody play through like a good 2 hours of it, and I was interested in him playing it. I just know myself, I wouldn't be into it. It'd be a waste of money for me.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
An invisible enemy?
Which Marvel
Quite a
superhero would I
poetic
like to
term
see
for
in a
disease,
game?
especially from a nurse.
I would say
Sorry,
next up,
Doctor.
Daredevil.
These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat
Have
an
you ever
invisible
played the old
killer?
PlayStation 2 Punisher
Some
game?
nurses
That
have
game
already
was
resigned.
amazing.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Goodbye, night nurse. Who makes the Punisher game? About to.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Yeah, back then, man, those kills were brutal, man, in the Punisher game.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Yeah, of course. I couldn't be friends with DPZ if I haven't seen that. Come on.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No,
Omnitron,
I
to
may
each their
disagree
own,
with
brother.
some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
I would respectfully disagree, but he is a classic, though. My all-time
Goodbye,
favorite
nurse.
is the Wolfman.
Call me if you need assistance.
I want to suck your blood. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I have a reflection. What's up with that? As the hurricane would say. What's up with that? Okay. Oh, back up. Anything else this way? What's up, buddy?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is
Yeah,
needed.
with Benicio del Toro.
Your colleagues
Not bad.
are already arguing about my condition.
I see.
I like Jack
Would you mind telling me
Nicholson's
more
version
about your
of
situation?
Wolfman as
I'm
well.
Harvey
The
Fiddick.
Wolf.
All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Can't ask any of those.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed.
My
So I can
favorite
return
though
to
would have
work
to be American
and
Werewolf
my
in London,
family.
personally.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter.
And also, did you guys
And a
know
good
the
one,
Wolfman
too.
has nards?
But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reid.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagree about
Good
wooden
call,
nails,
Omnitron.
not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
Aesthetically,
I
he's one of the
won't lie to you
coolest
about it.
skill man.
I'm afraid we are.
He's
Are you sure you don't
one
want
of
to
the
operate
best
yourself,
looking,
Dr.
for
Reid?
sure.
I have the feeling you're very capable. And your
But again, you
colleagues
keep
seem
him
to
out of
think so
water too
too.
long,
In
and,
other
and you got him beat.
circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reid? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the
Shape
responsibility.
of Water was pretty good, a little weird towards the end, but good overall.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
You can give me your blood.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a
Ape
sedative to
sapien,
help
right?
him sleep.
Pretty much.
The whole thing was in quite a state
For all
of
intents
shock.
and purposes.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor
she
of the
hasn't
hospital,
told you at
left
all.
after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Oh, that's the same lady. She's just everywhere, isn't she?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reid. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you.
It's an honor.
And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reid.
Yeah, I know it's going to be pretty scary, but I don't want it to lose the comic bookiness of it as well. You know, you can go
What can you tell me about
too
the
far in
pen
either
book?
direction
Well, it
and
has
it
always
not
been
come
an
out
honor to
right.
work with Dr.
It looks good
Swansea.
so far, though.
But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity
Ron
to learn
Perlman's
about
not
blood
going to be
transfusion.
Hellboy. I guess they picked a good actor to fill the shoes, if you will.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
That's true. That is a good thing that he did have the voice.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research.
Yeah, that would be a
Yet
pretty
my
cool game to
supply
have
seems
all
to have
those
vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand
nightmare
boy
creatures,
for you?
if you
Oh
will,
no, Dr. Reid.
from Marvel.
But
But I
if
mean,
you went
let's just be
personally to
honest,
his
it's
shop,
probably never going to
Well, with
happen.
your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to
Not
refuse
unless
the
they all
products
get
I need.
popular
I
enough
see.
to have their own movies.
Well,
if
give
you
me the
will.
address, for I may pass by if I have time. Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reid. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Hulk Ultimate Destruction was an amazing Hulk game.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager
I
to
think I
learn.
chose the right answer.
I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Tell me about your
I
experiments.
based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I think there's an old PlayStation
For
1
now, it's
Blade
just
game
theories at
based off
first
the
approach.
movie.
My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're...
About citizens sometimes, okay.
What do you think would be the repercussions if, or what the repercussions would be if Batman were to finally kill the Joker?
The repercussions if Batman killed the Joker would simply be we'd have the Punisher in the DC universe.
cautious
Pretty much it.
and methodical. You may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Hulk is also DPZ's favorite.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
No, I think because
Good
all
evening,
of them
sir.
want him
I'm
to do
Dr.
it.
Reid. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reid, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd.
Yeah, I think
Welcome
the rest of
aboard.
the Bat family would
Does
understand
my
if
arrival
Batman did it.
inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is
Tell me
playing
what
with his
you know,
patients'
bastard.
lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't
those
have the
I'm
option
not
for
the
me to
kind
do
of
that.
man
You
who
have to beat
runs
the hell
away
out of
from
him
his
and take it from him.
Dr. Reid. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Dude, I'll look over your shoulder all I want. What you gonna do about it? Look, look, look. Not quite
And
sure.
are you not afraid
my
that your
eyes.
rivalry with Strickland may be
You
blinding?
see my teeth too?
Rivalry?
That's a curtain.
I guess you could call it that. but I will never be childish enough
Look
to
at
let
that
my
glorious
personal feelings
beard I
affect
have.
my judgment.
Glorious. Alright, we're done talking. Oh, no. Something else I haven't asked you.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please
I will
feel
bite
free
your
to tell
freaking
me.
throat
Dr.
out.
Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reid. Of course, you can't say the same about me.
That's what my trench
since I
coat
have
is supposed
wasted
to
my
represent,
time
I
courting
think.
the press.
You are going to change your tone with me, my dear colleague, and very quickly.
I don't think so. Perhaps you think yourself protected by Dr. Swansea, but I am still a free
Swansea?
man, and I will speak to you the way I want.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just
Dude,
say
jack him
I'm
up against the
tired of
wall. He's like
carelessness
2'9".
around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity
Omnitron in this
and
game?
ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Alright, I'm done talking to you. Oh, now I can ask a personal question.
It seems you have bad
Maybe I'm not
memories
done
of your
talking.
military service.
I refuse to see this
cool.
industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
She agreed that out of all the slashes, the most human out of all of them.
Mary, no, I don't think he's the most human. I think he's evil incarnate, personally.
I don't know what you've heard
I think,
about me, but I have already
funny
proved
enough,
my
Chucky
value as a
might be the most
practitioner.
human
I
out
don't
of all
question
of
your
them.
skills, Dr. Reid, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Alright, Dan.
I don't see any reason why I should justify my actions to you.
That's true, Dr. Reid. The only judge has to be
I
yourself.
don't remember changing that
The
logo.
question is, are you judging yourself hard enough?
Used to be Wolverine. Alright, we're done here, buddy.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
And if I could punch you, I will.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr.
No,
Reid.
what just happened?
Thank
That
you
was
for your
interesting.
time. We'll talk later.
Game glitch. Can I bite him? Oh, maybe I can. Nope, can't do nothing. Lucky bastard. No, I did. Come on. Following the Y up top, and it just, I said it was like right on top of it. Yeah. I know, but I couldn't find a set of stairs. I'm looking for stairs.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Oh, what up, dude?
This hospital seems to be falling apart.
How you doing?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
Mademoiselle.
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reid? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Cosway?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's
Mortimer
all
Mouse.
that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Sweet.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Good to know.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something
What's
in
going on with her
particular
hair?
that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming.
It's like...
I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Okay. Can I ask a personal question? I guess I can't. No, I don't have any options. See? They're all locked. Your life in London. Tell me about yourself.
Goodbye, Mrs. Cosway.
Yeah, but no harder than your average, everyday other slashers, if you will.
Blundering idiot.
Definite. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was just a glare on the wall. Stairs, that's what I was looking for. Oh, who's this? Is that me? Superhuman. Wow. Sometimes I thought I was the only person in the world that even knew who that or knew what that show was.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown.
I like
by
things
the
about
winds of
VR troopers. I can't
I
get on
beg
that
your
show.
pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reid, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Omnitron, have you ever heard of tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills? Again, that's tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I see. Have you
Marion,
ever
that's a
heard of
spoiler alert there,
Cosway?
buddy. We gotta make sure
It's
we
a
don't. And
mental
some people haven't
illness
seen that
discovered
movie.
by a
I
French
have,
neurologist
but I'm
named
right there with you,
Cthulhu.
though. I would have liked to have
The
seen
affected patients
Loomis
are
in it.
delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say?
It's all good.
Sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
She looks like the queen from Game of Thrones.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
I gotta say, you stumped me on that one.
Can you describe them?
I may have seen it, but it doesn't ring a bell.
But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Who knows, Mary? In our next Rogues revamp, you may see that come to pass.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal.
My dog is having a nightmare.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm.
I need blood.
Rich, vibrant blood.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
Seriously.
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
Deathstroke versus Yogi Bear. Awesome.
Centuries of unholy life.
Hey,
have
boo boo.
strange effects on
Who's that
one's
masked
mind,
guy
you
with
see.
the sword?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Alright. Just in case. Oh, that's just a light. What is it? 10 times smarter, isn't it, than your average? Doesn't his brain work 10 times faster? We're talking Deathstroke here.
Not now.
Not now! I didn't even knock. Bonesaw's ready. Yeah, I saw that that he had fought all of them. Someone posted it on Facebook. I just haven't picked it up.
It's locked, all right.
It showed like he had beaten King Shark, Jabberjaws.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Oh, this is new. I haven't seen this before.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is
Recycle.
about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Time to take a nap. Oh, that's the guy I killed. I didn't do it on purpose, though, buddy. Sorry. Oh, that's easy.
Time to
The
stay
most brutal
here
kill?
until my
The
research
sleeping
is
bag
complete.
against the tree, of course.
I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals.
That, and in,
about
even
my
though it's a
thirst
terrible
for
movie,
blood?
Jason X, when he dunks the chick's face into the coolant and then shatters her face.
Hurry now, Doctor. It's freezing here.
Sincerely yours. Oh, whatever.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Can I give it water? Do I have water? There's a sink. Can't do anything. Chick, shut up. I'm coming.
I cannot
Hurry
enter.
now, Doctor. It's freezing here.
Alright. Lead the way, Chick.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Another from using the to the point where the guy's eyes.
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household
I also like when
chemical
Jason
products can be
folds the
used
guy
a
in
pinch
half
instead.
that's laying in the bed
Now,
in
where's
Freddy
the
vs.
hospital
Jason.
storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small
She has,
back
like, Willem
entrance at
Dafoe's
the end of
mouth.
a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Talk to you later, Green Goblin. Water my plant while you're at it. Don't go into the red room. second. Boo. Guys, give me a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I am back. Mikey, come on, move. My dog loves to steal my seat whenever I get up. Lay down, bud. My all-time favorite pizza toppings? Well, my favorite pizza is pepperoni and mushroom, followed by the classic Hawaiian, if you will.
Good evening.
And Hawaiian is my wife, so generally we'll end up doing that.
The famous Dr. Reid has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes.
Jalapeno on a stick.
At the Rockefeller University.
And in terms of Michael Myers kills, I would have to say when he hangs The dude with the glasses through the wall with his knife. That's pretty brutal.
He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood
when it comes
specialist.
to Myers, he's kind of a little straightforward. He's not really a creative killer, if you will. Your life in London. I don't know anybody who doesn't like hot wings.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation?
My favorite, though, is called Thai Peanut.
Is not exactly the best.
You ever get a chance to try them, I recommend it.
Working in a better environment.
Thai Peanut wings. I don't know where you live, if there's a place called Gators, but get them. They're fantastic.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances.
All right, Marion, I got a question for you. What's your favorite game?
This hospital does not lack talented people.
All-time favorite game.
Hope.
Anyone out there in the universe, let us know in the comments your all-time favorite game. The game that you could play non-stop. Doesn't matter what time of day or time of the year.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so
Super
good.
Mario Bros. Like
During this
the first one?
Period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Wow.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with.
I would have to say my favorite Super Mario Bros. Game is Super Mario Bros. 3 and then Super Mario World.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Although Mario Odyssey is pretty amazing.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swanson.
So was Mario 64, though.
But I must admit, he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
At least it was Raging Blast and not Raging Boner, so. Did you guys hear that in the Macy's Day Parade we're going to get a Super Saiyan Blue Goku? And there's already people complaining, saying that it's not American. God, I hate this country and love this country all at the same time sometimes. I guess I hate the people in it, not the country. Let me rephrase that. Yeah. What's up?
Good evening, sir.
First African American.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
We're in England, so would it
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reid. I'm
European?
Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reid. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reid. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Ooh, let's trade.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid.
Oh,
a
hey.
reliable gun is what everybody needs.
We didn't even go on a first date and he's asking him for his goods. What? I'll take your shotgun, bro. What is this?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess.
There were some
bring
things
sick
about
people
GT, I
in
gotta
night and
be
day.
honest. I know
It's a
it's
dirty
sacrilegious
job,
to say,
but I
but
get
there
it
were
done.
things about GT that I
Most of the time.
genuinely liked, and some things about it that I genuinely love. I recognize it not being as good as Z by any stretch of the matter, but it is pretty sad that the good things couldn't transition over.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings.
Super Saiyan 4 being
even the
one of
locals
them.
attack you.
To date, I still think it's the most
It sounds
badass
like
looking
things have been a bit
transformation.
rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got
And I
attacked
love
by
the idea
patient
of
I
fighting
was
all the
bringing in.
dragons.
I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
I mean, they're going to give it to Blue, or no matter what.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Goodbye, Milton.
We're done, Milt.
And I thought last summer's epidemic was difficult.
What'd you say, bitch? I will suck your blood the second I have the chance to. Yeah, but I say he's gonna Blue wins only because it's the current, the most popular, it's canon, all of the above. Alright, well. Oh, it's 200 meters. Haha, I can't see on my own TV. Wait. There's something out there. Is there a way out there? Yes, there is. I like Brawley as much as the next guy, but I do think he's a little overrated. I always thought it was funny in one of the movies that they peed on his head. Public knowledge. This game is cool and all, but it does leave it, like, the direction of it is not very good. Wasn't I? Yeah, I saw.
Yes, Doctor?
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
Have you guys ever played a game
At
called
the
Nightmare
Pembroke,
Creatures?
we're always hands on deck.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation.
It's one of the
not
coolest,
the labor of
most
a journeyman.
difficult games I ever played in my life. You were basically a hunter. You could pick a girl or a guy character, and you hunt down nightmare creatures, obviously everything from vampires to zombies, if you will.
Exactly how bad
And
is the
what's
supply
really
situation
interesting about
here
that
at
game is I
Pembroke?
beat the game
It
with
really
one
depends.
character, went back and
Dr.
played with the
Swansea
next
deftly
character,
works
and I
his
spent
society
2.5
contacts
hours
for
on the
monies,
final boss
but with the
and could never
quarantine,
beat him again.
Well,
So I gave up.
we're in God's hands.
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
It's the large boarded-up building behind the hospital. You can't miss it.
Okay.
The key I gave you will open the small back door to it.
Okay, that's the part I forgot. Where was it?
That's all for now, Nurse Crane.
So
Thank
I
you.
assume this is the back of the hospital, because that's where the Y was taking me. Not really me personally. I don't know. I'm not like
Scowl voices.
very
in the
big
garden.
on Venom. He's cool and all, but I think
I should
he's best
investigate.
as a
If they were to find somebody.
what the hell's that? Best as a Spider-Man villain, unless we're talking Flash Thompson now. I forgot how to fight. Okay, I gotcha. And the Venom movie was alright. Yo. Okay, hey, trees in the way. I forgot how to play this damn game. Oh, hey. I died. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you get your ass kicked. Take it easy, Omnitron. Well, they're definitely in the cutscene, so for sure. God, I hate these long loading screens. Well, the one that's caused the most pain in the comic books would be Kingpin. He's the one that got Aunt May shot, so, and killed, so gotta go with Kingpin on that one. Back the fuck up off me, dude. And that dude was tough compared to the other guys. Bone saws already. Well, Green Goblin's up there too, of course. I mean, that's his arch enemy. That's his Joker, if you will. Oh, there's something shining. Oh. Two of them? What the hell, man? I didn't know I could do this. You learn something new every day. Wow. Yeah, actually, the new Godzilla films, absolutely. I love the MonsterVerse and can't wait for Godzilla versus Kong. But then after that, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it goes back to Toho. The rights go back to Toho, so... But that just means we won't get a continuation of these versions. Well, I mean, he's going to be the main villain in the movie, so yeah. It's pretty cool. Again, that's Godzilla's Joker, if you will. What the hell's that? Oh, it's a tree. Ah. No, 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 no. God damn it. Sorry for the load. These load screens suck. I feel like I'm playing PlayStation 1. Wow, they look pretty good. I mean, they're obviously going to be a lot bigger than they used to be. And they're not going to be as whacked out as the anime version of Godzilla, if you will. Afraid to open any of these doors because it's going to probably lead to another load screen. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm sure there may be some tweaks here and there, but I think overall the aesthetics look the same. He might look a little leaner because he's actually awake and being active. I mean, he was sleeping for thousands of years. Hundreds of years at the very least. Oh, maybe not. He was there during the bomb, right? So, I don't know. He did look kind of girthy in the first one. A glass vial. Too wise. Afraid to open any damn door. Oh. Oh, you got me.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster.
Well, I
than
mean, there's
influenza.
nothing that comes to mind that is as big
locked.
as the current Godzilla. So I mean, I can't really think of any. I mean, the Greek gods in onto itself would be kind of cool, but I think he's already done that and beat them in the comics. I mean, hell, he's gone to hell and back, right? So there's not much the big G can't do.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
It'll grant me access to a loading screen. I knew there was another person. Oh. Oh, what's its name?
Balls of Mars, fortifiers.
The Titan that has like 100
Popular
heads.
as they are ineffective.
Oh, I can't think of its name.
They do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Fought him in God of War 4. Typhon, that's it. That's who it. No, he got it. I didn't see that he said his name. That's his name. Yeah, that would be really cool. Just because he's the biggest. That would be pretty terrifying, too. Just a heads up, it's like storming out here my way, so if the feed just cuts out, I do apologize, YOUniverse. I guess we're going to the basement. Whoopa! Where'd you go, buddy? Just go in here. Are you in here? Nope. What was the point of in here? Nothing. Ah, the point was to get stuck behind a wall. Or a door. Well, I mean, if you will, Thor and them, they know, the Asgardians, they know how to handle giant creatures, you know, they do it all the time. So for them, it would be just another day in the park, if you will. Alright, basement it is. Yeah, no, I was just checking around to see if we missed anything. I don't want to fight two at the same time.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Alright, camera, stop freaking out on me. I mean, not really any other Pantheon gets the credit or shine it should. Well, I don't think any god would be intimidated by Godzilla. Oh. Dude, this camera keeps twitching and it's bugging me. Well, in all honesty, that's why they're being called Titans now, because yeah, they kind of did. I mean, they're just saying that they've always existed here since before man and before the dinosaurs. So essentially, these are the Titans.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Like I stepped on a cheese grater. Yeah, I do have a... Well, Godzilla's an iconic monster because he was the first, again, in terms of these big, giant creatures, if you will. You know, and there's something admirable about him, is, you know, he's not just savage. He's got intelligence. He's defends about as much as he destroys, if you will, if not more. I mean, all these things play in a factor. Plus, there's something, you know, whimsical about him, you know, because of the rubber suit and everything like that. So, you know, he just... Oh. Alright, John. John Doe, let me out. Oh, shit! That scared the bejesus out of me. Whoa, 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 what's going on, man? Too many people. Great. Die. It's like I push lock on, but there's two people, so the game doesn't know who to pay attention to. Fucking shadow. I probably should have read the freaking thing. Probably would have given me an example on how to beat him. Did I cut his head off? Oh, no.
Be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
To drink the blood. This dude is splitting. That was awesome. I can't get up there. Oh, there we go. I will teleport. Have you ever played a game called Soul Reaver? It's part of the Legacy of Kain. Well, I mean, I've never played it, so I didn't know. I don't know who is the main villain. I mean, I know there's a couple of people.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
I assume we're done here. Nope. Who's your favorite vampire hunter? Or slayer, if you will. Get up off me, son. Alright, get out of there, bro. I got double teamed. Yeah, I'm actually currently working on, well, currently not, I shouldn't say, but I'm actually in the middle of editing a video we're putting up of the top 13 vampire hunters. So be on the lookout for that. I should have that up in the next couple of days. But I ain't gonna spoil. That is weird that it does that, right? Breaks it off. It doesn't do it here. Alright, let's see, where are we? Oh, I don't have to go this way again. I'll go up. Try to. I didn't want both of them. Yep, I'm gonna die. Thank God for animation. Where the hell did you come from? Time to suck your blood. Yeah, I think that studio, though, is not around anymore, so I don't think that the Soul Reaver games can come back. I may be wrong on that. You know, I definitely don't want to act like I know what I'm talking about, but I remember hearing something like that. Because they were working on a, like an MMO, like a free-to-play for everybody, based in that universe, and it just cost them so much money that I think the company went belly up, but not 100% sure on that. Am I a Three Stooges fan? I mean, the original, I've never seen the movie with Jim Carrey in it. I think it had Jim Carrey, at least. Oh, is he down there? I'm sorry, buddy. Good, man. These freaking load times are killer, man. Oh, wait. It was there the whole time. Too funny. I know, buddy. I didn't mean to. Right? How do they not know I'm a vampire? I mean, to be honest, I really couldn't pick just one. I mean, I've seen tons of episodes, but since they're all kind of the same, they kind of blend together in my mind, and it's been a while since I've seen them. But, I mean, Mo is my favorite, so if Mo was beating him up, I guess I like it. I'm a big fan of Curly, too. Oh, I didn't mean to lay down again. Okay. Alright, what am I missing? Alright, no, it's still there.
It's locked, all right.
Got a map? Oh, I guess I do. Nope. I don't know where that's at. Well, I get that. I saw something shining in there.
I will not let you down, my boy.
I cannot enter.
Yes, Doctor?
That's all for now, Nurse Crane, thank you.
Oh, door opened magically.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye,
good.
Mrs. Cosway.
That was weird. I just don't know. I'm going away from it this way. 20, 19, 15, 13, 12, 10, 9. Huh. Can I teleport up there? Nope, I can't. Alright, so... What are your cat's names? Alright, I'm completely lost. I have no idea what I'm doing.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. Any news about my operation?
Those are cool
Goodbye
names.
for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
As I'm sure you're already aware, I have a French Bulldog mixed with Boston Terrier named Mikey.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
Well, his name is Michelangelo. We call him Mikey for short. Yeah.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research? Are you thinking about...
Harvey...
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
This is like the worst. So maybe it is above, but that would be my room, I think. I was already in there.
I wish I could be sick again.
Yeah, it's my room. This isn't the pharmacy.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Well, then let's give it some freaking water, man.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. It's never fun to have to put a pet down. don't know what I gotta do up there anymore. It just keeps having me go back to the crafting desk, and I've crafted everything I can already. So, let's just go adventure.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reid. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
That's funny.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Oh, wow.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still
Man, I feel you. I don't know what I'd do if Mikey got sick
living
like
proof that there's hope for me.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. Frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reid, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
He's got a
I was not
crucifix.
myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him,
do I think
corruption and
Kratos,
despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Hunting the gods is justified? Of course, absolutely.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare.
And to be honest, man, the gods have done more
no
harm than
advice,
good.
nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
What about you, Marion? Do you think that he's justified?
It's locked.
I think it's facts.
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long?
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
I don't want to talk to him.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
No, we won't. We're getting out of here. This is a talking simulator. Oh, I got turned around. We're going this way.
Surely I can endure another night.
So I'm just going to go around and sightsee for the moment, see what I come up with. Because there's nothing happening here, and I can't figure out what I did wrong, or what I'm doing right, or figure anything at the moment. Oh yeah, Marion, that's a good one. That's one of the best ones for sure. Classic, even though it just happened. That bad guy? I don't know. Time to eat some rats, ladies and gentlemen. It builds up your stamina and stuff, if you guys are wondering. Oh. Sorry, I just saw what you said, but you see how my health is down. It's kind of my only option right now when there's no people around, you know? Here, I'll block it so you can't see it. And I got a trophy from it. See, I had to do it.
I can't
Alright, last
believe
one.
I'm doing this.
wonder if I can just walk by him, since everyone else has thought I've been a good guy, apparently. Oh wait, I think I can go in there. I can! Look at that! Well, it is kind of disgusting. Have you ever seen Demolition Man? When we go underground, brother, that's all we got left to eat. I'm just gonna try walking by them, see what happens. Oh, nope, it didn't work. Alright, dude, just leave me alone. Looks like I need more rats. You dead. You dead, bro. You dead, bro. I'm dead too. I'm born to suck your blood. Alright, this is getting ridiculous. Alright, sorry brother, I need a rat or two, I think. My favorite Kratos moment, man, shoot. Man, there's just so many. Too many. Shit. I mean, I don't know, man. The opening scene from the very first one, or even from the second one, where you go from the title literally into the game, and it's not even him really doing anything, you know? That was just so amazing for its time. Now it might be a little more common practice for something like that to happen in a game. But back then, man, we never seen anything like that to go right from the title screen into the game, or right from a cinematic into a game. It just didn't happen. Oh, my DualShock's about to die. To be honest, everything so far with the new God of War and Kratos is I'm totally okay with. Until they show me they don't know what they're doing anymore. I hear it. His son is okay. I just don't want his son to be like the thing that, or the person that replaces him. Sorry, got into the game for a second. Alright, come on. My dog's having a dream. Give me your nourishment. Give me your sustenance. Oh, this guy just shot me. Sustenance. I'll be honest though, there was so much about that game that I had called before and even as it was happening. So, that was, I mean, I love the game, don't get me wrong, I love all the characters, but I'm telling the truth, like a big portion of me was seeing everything that was going to happen, or that did happen. So, you know, I really just hope that they don't make things so obviously, because I knew Atreus was going to turn into Loki. And I also believe that Kratos is Jormungandr. I think they're one and the same. I mean, there are many hints that lean towards it being Kratos. That's my vampire vision, if you're wondering. What about you? Do you think that Kratos and Jormungandr are the same person? To answer your question, I hope that doesn't happen, because that's the only thing that's keeping me from fully liking Atreus. But I don't know. I don't think they'll have him replace him. I don't think anyone likes Atreus more than Kratos.
This one's a top!
You die and go straight to hell. As I trip over the garbage can. I'm telling you, I really do think, not to mention, like I said, you could ask my wife and my best friend. My track record with calling things happening in that game is pretty good. And I'm telling you, I have a big feeling that the World Serpent and Kratos are the same exact entity. Just remember, you heard it here first if it does happen. And if it doesn't, forget you ever heard it. Mimir was the funniest, I think, by far. But one of my favorite lines in that whole fucking game was when the blue one goes, talking about Fimbulwinter, and he's like, I can feel it in my scrotum. Dude, I almost died when he said that. I can feel it in my scrotum. The fuck? Funny. I will take these steps. Oh, you serious? You can't step over some bags?
Please,
I can't
sir.
attack him.
I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir.
Stunt double.
Newton Blight. I've lost my mate.
My
Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer
So,
from
Marion, you have
claustrophobia.
any ideas or some
I'll see
videos
what
that
I can
maybe we
do for
should
your
do here on Comic Universe?
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. We've taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together.
Oswald Thatcher.
Oswald is... nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep.
Alright, Marion, I'm going to throw that up there for, not this week's Topic Tuesday, but maybe the next couple weeks, because we already got a few lined up already.
Where was
I
your
do
friend
like that,
the last
though.
time you saw
That
him?
goes back to
He
your
went down
earlier
by the
question,
canal.
too.
He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose.
Yeah, if you have any
So I
other
couldn't
ideas,
go
let me
after
know.
I have all the information I need.
Honestly, we're really just trying
If
to
I
grow
find
so that we
anything
can
out
just
about
build
your
a
friend,
place
I'll
where,
let you
you know,
know as
people
soon
like
as I
you
can.
and I can just
Thank you,
come
Dr. Reid.
together and nerd out and not be judged and everything be good and...
I cannot enter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not complete or up to date, but I have read them, and I know, I believe, DPZ has read a few himself, too. Oh. Hey, look at it. I'm back to this flippin' floppin' place. Huh. Okay, I see. Maybe there, I didn't even notice there was a, on the map at the top, the white head, that it led me to people to talk to, or people that I haven't talked to type of thing. It's kind of funny.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm,
She
rich,
needs all the
vibrant
blood in the
blood.
world. Well, I mean, him becoming an Autobot isn't out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, they kind of mirror themselves at like a Charles Xavier and Magneto, if you will. So definitely can see him even leading the Autobots at some point, if that's not what he did.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs.
Yes, I did know that.
No, for I am a vampire doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
The personal questions.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again.
Oh, that's the wall.
Blood
Oh,
boil
wait,
with the
found
fever.
something on the table.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is up to
wait?
Yeah, we definitely did that already. Okay, back at it, this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Goodbye.
Disgust on every street corner. Daily routine.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be.
Okay, let's try and figure this out. So Marianne, let me ask you a question. What is your favorite rivalry in comics? Meaning like hero and arch-villain. For instance, Batman, Joker, Green Goblin, Spider-Man. What's your favorite? Oh, that's cool. I could reset everything I've done and get all my points back and go back into it and rearrange it if I need to. Huh, interesting. Oh, well, the Y's not there no more.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
I don't understand why you won't just give it water then. Come on, bud. Up. Sorry, guys. The dog is whining. Come on, bud. Lay down. Gotcha.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
Are you?
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland? Are you thinking?
Harvey
I've already asked all this crap.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Here's where it says it is. Yeah, that's not telling me again. Maybe not. Alright, just let me.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
It has happened.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Hate on me.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his
that's
office.
easy,
He's
man.
been looking for
Mine
you. Seemed
is-
pressing.
Soda, soda, soda. No, soda, soda, energy drink. That's it. If I could stop drinking my calories, I'd be a lot better shape. A lot better off. I do drink water, but...
This hospital seems... Good evening, Doctor.
I'm all right.
How is my son doing?
Nothing new.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Hey, enough.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I like mine breaded and sauced or grilled and sauced. I can do dry rubs, but
I share your concern.
we're talking
Mrs.
about
Cosway.
wings if you're not
Be
reading the
sure
comments,
that I'll
guys.
talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reid. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Cosway.
Goodbye, Gosling. Named after
Good evening.
Darkwing Duck's
I'm
daughter.
Dr. Reid. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer.
Mortimer
Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Coswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all,
Let me,
Doctor.
can I angle it better? No.
I'll let you get some rest then.
I'm all right.
Good evening, Mr. Coswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Coswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I don't feel so good, Doctor.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me.
Oh, is she
She won't
eavesdropping?
rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reid. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you?
What's your favorite?
As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you
Power
alone if
Ranger
you would
Zord
prefer.
any
That's
season?
tempting, Doctor.
Not Megazord, but
But you have
Zord.
no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Cosway?
So painful I'd rather...
I'll let you get some rest then.
Don't waste your time with me.
Never could keep anything from
Time
her.
for some rest.
With you at our side, Dr. Reid, I know that Pembroke will prevail and survive this epidemic.
I will not let you down, my boy.
If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm following the Y.
Come now, we can handle this.
tackle him.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
I just bought something for the sake of buying something. This is indeed my neighborhood. Alright, stupid game glitching. Don't know what I'm humming, to be honest with you. 29, 27, 24. Why not? Nah, come on.
Last warning, sir.
Oh. Ooh.
Sir,
Okay.
step away.
I did. Now shut up. I'm gonna get ya. Or not.
It's a lead. Steady, boys. We've got one of them here.
Time for you to die and go to hell.
Watch it.
I told you, you were gonna die and go to hell. Don't know why I came up here.
It's locked, all right.
To keep out. So you must have seen my Rogues revamp for Daredevil. Punisher, I guess? Definitely street level. I don't think he's, like, what's he gonna do to Superman, you know? So, any of the Robins, Nightwing, Moon Knight maybe? Maybe they met in the mental institution? And then when he saw him on the outside, he knew he had to stop him. Alright, 76. These guys just keep spawning.
Best look lively. It's on.
Oh, I didn't want to fight. Whoa, 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 whoa. dead already. This is crazy. He hit me once. You guys want to help me with this guy? Oh, well. I never noticed. I mean, it is the original actor playing him, so I mean, he's older now. Oh, gotta love these load screens. Vampyr. Just another psycho to take down.
Stupid fucking beast! Eat this!
Alright, dude, I'm just running.
Die, vermin!
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, I like game glitches that work in my favor. A lot harder than it should have been. Just the same. Gotta go.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
It looked like a ledge that I could jump up there, but I guess I was wrong. And I ran into a dead end. That's always good. Leave him alone! Leave him alone! Come on, dude. You bastard.
Look at it! Vicious bugger!
Seriously, come on. Yeah, I knew that about the Michael Myers. Alright guys, my controller's dying. Alright brother, I'll see you next time guys.